Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ghost Glider. I'm Matt. Yesterday, for me, I watched a movie. It is officially on Disney Plus now, and it is the newest iteration into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, today, I would like to say how I felt about Fantastic Four First Steps. Like always, I'm going to start off with a spoiler-free version, and then I'm going to go right into spoilers. So anybody who doesn't know and just want to make sure, you guys are welcome to watch this movie standalone. This does not take place in our MCU universe, but it will join it in Avengers Doomsday. So, again, you're welcome to watch this movie standalone, but just like every other Marvel movie, I would recommend watching them as well. So yeah, this movie takes place in a separate universe, in a futuristic world, where in the 1960s, tech has advanced way beyond what anybody believed, or anybody could believe. It's way beyond our tech, is what I'm trying to say. It's about four superheroes and their robot. Reed Richards, also known as Mr. Fantastic, he has the superpowers to stretch as much as he wants. As much as he can. Sorry, he can stretch more than normal human can. Johnny Storm, also known as Human Torch, he can burn hotter than the sun. Ben Grimm, also known as the Thing, he is rock. That's about it. And Susan Storm, also known as Invisible Woman. She can go invisible. She has telepathy, she has mind powers, stuff like that. So they are a family. Sue is married to Reed, and Sue is also related, like blood related, they're siblings, to Johnny. And Ben happens to just be a friend. That's about it. And then, as I mentioned, they have a robot named Herbie. Without kind of spoiling too much, the main villain is Galactus. It's shown in all of the art. It's shown in everything. Silver Surfer is in it and is the female version, which a lot of people are hating on the movie because it's the female version. But Silver Surfer is one of two versions. The most known one is the male version, but there's always been two versions, and they've always loved each other. But the version that they chose in this one is the female version. In the end, it's like every other superhero movie. The heroes do end up winning. They defeat Galactus. They send him to another universe, and the movie is pretty much over. It was a very straightforward movie, in my opinion, but it does introduce us to the Fantastic Four, which is, I guess, cool. There were a few laughs in there. I did enjoy those laughs. Those were pretty funny. Johnny is just as big of a player as he is in every other universe, and I would recommend the movie. Especially if you're a big MCU fan, I don't know how much you're going to enjoy the movie, because it's, especially in the beginning, it is all over the place. I'll get into it if you want to listen to my spoiler version. It's really not much of a spoiler, because the movie is, again, in my opinion, very straightforward, very easily, I guess, guessed. You can guess the movie pretty easily. But I do recommend the movie. 7 out of 10, definitely. The few laughs that were in the movie definitely bumped it up. But again, I do recommend it, especially if you have Disney Plus. I would just give it a watch so you are prepared for Doomsday. I'm pretty much just recommending this so you are prepared for Doomsday. Now, moving on to the spoiler version. Again, superheroes. It pretty much starts off. We learn that Reed and Sue are expecting a baby, and Reed is worried that the baby is going to have superpower or isn't going to have superpowers, but he's showing no signs. And then Silver Surfer comes down and says her lines of, "I herald Galactus, he's going to eat your world." The Fantastic Four ends up going to a planet currently being eaten by Galactus, and they come to reason, and Galactus says, "Hey, I will spare your world if you give me your baby." And they're like, "You're funny." And he's like, "I'm not joking, by the way. I want your baby. He can take my curse of eternal hunger, because he has power cosmic." Which, if you guys don't know what that is, I'll explain it in a few. So Fantastic Four end up getting in a brawl with Silver Surfer and Galactus, and they escape, and they send Silver Surfer through a black hole, which he's trapped in there for a month. But it happens that takes about a half a month to get back to Earth, and they plan to teleport Earth to another solar system that is almost exactly like theirs, and that it's suitable to hold Earth as a whole. And moments before they do it, Silver Surfer shows up and Johnny scares her away and learns the truth about Silver Surfer. It's kind of a very sentimental moment, which I think I said this earlier. Johnny is probably my favorite character. Then Galactus shows up himself. He's like, I'm screw this. I don't have my Herald with me, so I'm going to eat the whole planet myself. He goes after Franklin because Franklin was now born. He is the Franklin Storm, or Franklin Richards, the son of Reed and Sue. And he's trying to take Baby and eat planet. So he goes after Baby. The Fantastic Four has a whole plan. Plan backfires, so they end up having to send Galactus through a portal. On the way there, Reed is stretched to his max extent. Ben is flung across Manhattan, and nobody knows what happened to Johnny. He's tired from flinging Ben, and Sue Storm dies. Yeah. Silver Surfer ends up sacrificing herself to stop Galactus, and they go through the portal together, and they're never to be seen again. Franklin ends up crying, who is 100% CGI. I found that very funny. A lot of the moments with Franklin he is CGI, but there are some moments where he isn't. But a good portion of the moments he's CGI. Found it very funny. But he's crying, he's trying to get on his mother, and he lays on his mom, and he brings her back to life. And he literally, the first words out of her mouth are, "That's not a normal baby. He's special, especially compared to us." That was paraphrasing there. And then it cuts to Fantastic Four having a really funny moment where they're trying to install a baby seat in the Fantastic Car. It was very funny. I laughed my head off with that. And then the movie was over. So before I say the end cutscene, which is very, very important, I'm going to tell you what Power Cosmic is. So there are entities across the MCU, or Marvel Cinematic Universe, or just the Marvel Universe as a whole. Galactus is one of them. He is a Power Cosmic. He was once a normal person who gained the curse of eternal hunger, so he ate his own planet and any planet to try and kind of fill that bottomless hole of hunger. And which is why Galactus feeds on planets, he feeds off the life forces, and so on and so forth. Franklin, however, is kind of similar, but he is more of a reality shaper, reality builder, reality morpher. He has the ability to revive anybody or to kill anybody with a snap of his fingers. He is the Infinity Gauntlet times 3,000. He can, by the snap of his fingers, erase a whole reality if he wanted to, which is why he was able to bring back his mom, or which is why Galactus wanted to pass on his curse to Franklin. But however, in the hands of Franklin, he probably would have eaten whole multiverses, which probably would have been worse for Galactus. And that's what Franklin is. So the end cutscene takes place about 4 years later, and Sue is reading to Franklin, and she walks away to get another book, and when she returns, Franklin is healing the face of Doctor Doom. We don't see Doctor Doom's face, but we can see him, and we can see his mask, so it's easily shown as Doctor Doom. I think this is the Doctor Doom that is going to be in Doomsday, and I also believe this is the Doctor Doom that is in this universe, because there are many subtle teases, like how the Fantastic Four created the Future Foundation to give world peace. I found that to be cool, and the only country that wasn't there was Latveria, which Doctor Doom, or Victor Van Doom, or Von Doom, sorry, is kind of like the leader of Latveria, or the king, or the master, or the president, whatever you want to call it. He is the guy up top of Latveria, and the fact that nobody from Latveria was there kind of goes to show that maybe he was planning his Doctor Doomness this whole time. But we don't know. We will find out in Avengers Doomsday, which comes out, I think it's next year. I'm pretty sure next year it's going to be Spider-Man Brand New Day, and then it's going to be literally later that month, probably, Avengers Doomsday. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, then Avengers Doomsday is coming out in 2027, and I'm so sorry I gave you this wrong information. All I know is it's coming out the next year or the year after that, and I will have news off of that. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Let me know how you guys feel. Again, the movie was a 7 out of 10. It was very straightforward, and I guess it was just an introduction movie to the Fantastic Four. I much more enjoyed Thunderbolts. But yeah, I would watch it if you want to get ready for Avengers Doomsday, because they are going to be a very big focal point in it. Thank you guys again. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Anyways, peace out.